This is Gold Seeker, the Gold Gypsy, for another episode of Gold Seeker Adventures. Today's episode, we're talking about the Pro-Find 40 by Minelab and how this pinpointer can benefit you once you've located a nugget and are digging it up. This pinpointer, when prospecting for gold, is beneficial because one, it will work to retrieve a nugget out of bedrock that's really difficult to get dug up, and two, it will be beneficial for when you're digging a deep target and your hole is deep and you need to find out exactly where the nugget is in the hole to avoid marring it when you're digging it up. You don't want to sink a pick through it. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is a Pro-Find 40 pinpointer by Minelab. The Pro-Find 40 has 10% more depth, adjustable sensitivity of 5 levels, rapid retune, lost alarm, ferrous tone ID, so you can sort trash from treasure, and DIF technology. So without further ado, let's pull out the pinpointer and take a look at it. This is the pinpointer right here. First off, all you do to turn it on is you press the power button right here and you hold it down for 3 seconds and that activates it. It's turned on. Turn on the ferrous tone ID. You take and press the plus button and you hold it down and then it'll beep. Now the ferrous ID is activated. To deactivate it, and you hold the negative button. Now it's deactivated. Now it's single tone for ferrous and non-ferrous targets. Press the plus button again to activate it, and we're ready to hunt to be able to tell if it's trash or if it's a good target. The tone for ferrous will be a broken tone. It's not a continuous tone. There's like a little dash type sound in there. Whereas the non-ferrous target is going to be a solid tone. Okay, to engage the ferrous ID, you press the positive button for 3 seconds. Okay, now when you bring iron trash to it, it'll be a break in the signal. You can hear the difference. Now with the nugget, it's solid. Now, you're going to have better depth if you don't use the ferrous ID and you use it in all metal. You'll get greater depth on the nuggets, but you won't be able to tell if it's iron trash. But let's look at the depth on this, or the distance on this nugget without it. So that's solid. Now the nugget you will be able to get a greater depth on. Right there. Okay. I'm going to pull that nugget out and I'm going to put a smaller nugget. Pretty good depth. If you're digging around in a hole, you're going to hear that. That's pretty good depth. Now let's pull a bigger or a smaller piece. It's chunky. This one here is a real tiny one. It's got a high silver content with the gold. That's real tiny. Now we'll take another one that's thicker. Do this one right here. It's pretty good depth. I'm going to go through and show you the solid without the ferrous tone ID, and then show you with the ferrous ID. This is another one. Really good depth. Going to go to a smaller one yet. Okay. Here's a real tiny one. Okay. This is probably one of the tiniest ones I have, and it still picks it up. And you're not even touching the piece of gold. Okay, so for gold detecting, this Pro-Find 40 is going to be very valuable for you to locate your target, whether it's a small piece of gold in bedrock or whether it's a larger nugget that's at depth and you're digging a big hole and you don't want to mar that nugget by digging. This will help you find that nugget and help you find the boundaries of it, so that you know where to sink the pick in there to the side without marring it, and get the nugget pulled up. So I'm gonna turn the ferrous on again, and we're gonna look at the depth between the gold and the iron. You press and hold that for 3 seconds on the sensitivity level. Now I'm gonna pull this littlest one back again. Still, you don't have to be touching it. It'll still hit on it, but it's pretty close. Okay, that's the next smallest one. And then the third smallest. So it'll hit on the tiny pieces of gold. With the 6000, you're digging deeper holes. This will save you some time. Okay, the second biggest one. You can use a wand, the side of it or the tip, and that one. We're going to pull one more nugget out that I have that's bigger. It's a 1 point, or that other nugget was a 0.76, the biggest one. This one here is 1.16, and it's very crystalline. Okay, so the nugget and the iron. Hear the break? Okay, so it's pretty easy to use. If it goes berserk on you, you just press the power button real quick and it will retune. And it takes a 9-volt battery. It comes with the lanyard, and I've used pinpointers, Minelab pinpointers, for several years now, and this one here, the Pro-Find 40, is really going to be a help for me with locating nuggets at depth so that I don't mar the nugget. And it's also going to help me find difficult to retrieve tiny pieces of gold that are in bedrock and stuff, so I know exactly where it's at. Okay, that's the Pro-Find 40 pinpointer. If you don't use a pinpointer for detecting gold, I would highly recommend that you give the Pro-Find 40 a try. This will really help you speed up your recovery with digging the nuggets out. Give your dealer a call and order the Pro-Find 40. You'll be glad you did. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I need everyone's support to get to that 500 subscriber point, and then eventually to the 1,000 subscriber point, and hit that like and notification button so you get future notifications on when my videos come out. Give your dealer a call and order the Pro-Find 40.